we're in the phase of the pre-regular season where teams are naming their captains, at least the teams that have permanent full season captains. Some teams will go week by week. Some teams, most teams, will elect their captains. Players vote on them. Some teams have as few as 3. The Steelers have 3. Some teams have as many as 8. Let's hear from John Gruden as it relates to his process, what he's looking for in the 7 team captains that the Raiders have for 2021.
John, besides Ngakoue, Waller, Jacobs, who else were named team captains?
Richie Incognito, Derek Carr, Alec Ingold, Max Crosby. We got 7 captains, 1 on special teams. We had a triple tie on offense. And I wasn't in the mood to tell Richie Incognito he didn't get selected. But it's pretty cool, you know. The players still look up to him so much. And, you know, Jacobs and Ingold, for them to take this step in their careers. You've already documented what Max and Waller have been through to make this, you know, transition to success, smashing success as a captain in the National Football League is quite a story.
Yeah, they've got Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, and Richie Incognito. They got 4 offensive captains, and it sounds like Derek Carr, it sounds like they were looking for 2 maybe, 3 at the most. Derek Carr first place, I presume, and then Waller, Jacobs, and Incognito tying beyond that. And
sounds
Chris,
like
this is the kiss of death. Last year the Raiders had 5 captains, 4 of them are gone. So I don't know that I want to be a Raiders captain.
Seriously. Yeah, I mean, 7 captains is a lot either way. I mean, I feel like teams that I played on throughout my career, 3 or 4 was about the max. You know, we had 1 from defense, 1 from offense, 1 from special teams, and, you know, maybe just an extra guy who also got a whole lot of votes. You know, I think the one that's going to catch everybody by surprise, or at least the thing that people were surprised by, it was Richie Incognito, right? I mean, that's where everybody's like, what? How can he be a team captain with his, you know, checkered past and all that history he has there? Yeah, I understand that. I get it. He's not like your model citizen for sure. But as far as the NFL is concerned, there's a lot of things that I think, like Gruden, you see how he smirked when he talked about Richie Incognito. You know, for a lot of these coaches, he is exactly what they want from a team captain. And that's where, hey, football and real life don't always mesh well together. Because, yeah, you might not want him to be babysitting your kids out in the real world, Richie Incognito. But in an NFL locker room, he's going to get more out of guys and be a leader the way the team and the coaches want. And that's where, you know, society and football don't always match up together.
He has, to his credit, avoided any off-field issues for a while now, and he's got issues that he's gotten taken care of. But it's that rough and tumble, smack-you-in-the-mouth mindset that coaches want, especially from offensive linemen in today's NFL. As the game skews toward that focus on health and safety, there's still a battle in the trenches every play. And if you're the one who's the aggressor who can put that defensive lineman on his heels and keep him from disrupting what you're trying to do with your offensive execution between the quarterback, the running backs, the receivers, the tight ends, you're better off. So it is amazing. It's been 8 years since the thing with Jonathan Martin. Jonathan Martin long gone from the NFL. Richie Incognito still going. There's value there. There's talent there.
Yeah,
and you're right. It's a certain kind. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, 4 or 5 captains is the most I would want. It does get diluted more than 5. But in a locker room, what does it mean? What for a guy who's a captain? How is it different? What does he do to earn his little C patch on his jersey?
Well, it just, you know, first off, once you get named the captain, you're kind of looked at as like, hey, listen, this is one of the more valued people of the organization. The coaches, the players, they're behind him. And it usually means that, yes, he did the right things to earn that, as far as, you know, day-to-day work ethic, being the first there, you know, last one out, holding himself accountable with other guys, just showing that true professionalism, being able to lead people. And like you talked about, like with Richie Incognito, that's where he, like, you offensive linemen, you've heard me say this, as a whole, are more like cows in the corner. They're going to graze on the grass. They're not going to move a whole lot until somebody gets out there with a big hot poker and all of a sudden, okay, we got to go. Richie Incognito's a big hot poker. That's what he is. Defensive linemen are ornery bulls that are just all the time. So you need that guy on the offensive line who's going to be mean, like hold the other guys on the offensive line accountable when he feels like they're not practicing or being physical enough. He's going to play to the whistle all the time. I think it's just those guys. The captain means he's the guy that is all in on football. His life, everything, that's all he's about all the time, and that's the example you want for the rest of your locker room.
But let's remember this.
Yeah.
And there are two different wrinkles here that I want to address. First, the captains are voted on by the players, so it may ultimately be a popularity contest in some situations. But second, the coach is the one who counts the votes.
Exactly.
And so, the players voted. And here are the captains that the players elected. I remember, and this has been 8 years ago as well, when Josh Freeman, quarterback in Tampa, was not a captain. And it was a very stunning development.
Right.
He was having issues with Greg Schiano, and I remember being very suspicious
that
the guy who counted the votes was the one who maybe tipped the scales away from Josh Freeman that year, because even if the players wanted him, the coach didn't want him, and he was cut during that season. But back to Incognito. Good for him that he's still going strong.
Yep.
That he's stayed out of trouble, but let's not forget that there is a certain very aggressive dynamic to being a successful NFL player, especially an offensive lineman, and to the extent that he can get others to get on board with that through his own unique and creative ways, makes the offensive line better. And they need it this year with all the new offensive linemen that they have.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.